Well, the Osmo just blew over. Got dirt all over it. I'll have to clean it when I get home. Well, hello on a windy day. I had an idea for a photo. I wasn't going to take any pictures, but because of the wind, and I thought I'd try to take a picture with leaves moving. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's a concept idea. What I'm going to do is put a neutral density, a 10 stop, so it's a long exposure. Now there's leaves moving on the side, the water's moving, there's leaves in the foreground moving. Now that's what I see on the screen. Let me move the histogram. Okay. That's what I see, these leaves right here, and then the background. Now these are the leaves I'm talking about, and then clear back in here, all this is solid, this log, the wind won't affect that. So I'm gonna show you how I do a long exposure. Okay, here's what I'm getting on the back of the camera. A half second at f13, and I'm gonna focus a third of the way into the scene. Now you see my histogram right here. I'm going to move my exposure till it just barely touches the right hand side, and it looks real dark because I have this bright area up here and I don't want to lose any detail. I can open up the shadows in here. So photo app, and I use, this is a free one called Long Exposure Calculator, and I put my base exposure in here. So I'm at a 15th of a second. I'm going to put a 10 stop. So I got to make an exposure of 1 minute 8 seconds. So the sun has come out, so I have to recalculate. So I have to take the filter off. Okay, I kind of think my first stop was a bust. I've got another place in mind. Okay, I've come to my next spot, and it actually, the sun just went behind a cloud, but it actually looks a little better than what I had down at the park. You can see the wind's blowing those trees, so I'm thinking a long exposure would give it kind of a paintery look. Now I may be totally whacked to do this, but I'm gonna try it. There's clouds moving in, so I'll have to be patient. Okay, so I'm waiting for the sun to come back out. Looks like it's hitting the far hills over there. I may have to go to a what do I want to say, a longer shutter speed, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple shots. So I'm at a 60th of a second, well, wait a minute, a 30th of a second, f11, focused about a third of the way into the scene, no polarizer. Here is what I see. I like the way the valley goes through. All I'm waiting for is the sun to break through, and it looks like it may do it. I may go to take this one and then go to my telephoto. Okay, what I've done now is I've gone all the way up to f22. I'm getting a shutter speed of 1/8 of a second. I may put my 3-stop ND filter on there to get a longer shutter speed. Getting a little wind, so I'm gonna shoot this. And now let me put on my 3-stop ND filter. Neutral density filters can get kind of, what do I want to say, intimidating. Okay, I'm getting a 1.5 seconds, waiting for the wind, especially these front trees are moving a lot. And this may be a total bust. Okay, I'm gonna change lenses. I'm gonna go with my big lens here. I'm going to take my polarizer off, put this on the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna switch this out. It's more balanced when I put it on the camera tripod mount. And now I'm gonna put the polarizer on this. One good thing about my lenses is they all take the same size filter. Oh, I'm getting beautiful sun on the far valley over there. Sky is boring again, so I'm just cropping it out. I'm going to turn the f-stop down to about 9. I'm focusing about a third of the way into the scene. And fire. Oh, I'm getting beautiful color now. I'm going to shoot a little video of this so you can see what I'm seeing. Like now on the regular, when I shoot a picture, you get a little bigger area, but I see part of the sky in the photo itself. So let me go back to photo mode. Okay, so I really like the bluff way back in the background. You can see the trees moving because of the wind. So it's real. I'm trying to block the wind from my camera too. I'm standing between the camera and the wind. We'll see how that works. I might move my composition a little bit more over that way. So let's do that. I'm going to barely add any sky. Check my level. Whoop. I'm level. Check my histogram again. And fire. I have a little delay because I don't want any shutter shake. So we'll see. Got all kinds of buzzards flying in the valley right now. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. This valley here, and you can see the sunlight hitting. Now my time exposure, I got what I wanted, I think. Of course, I don't want to jinx myself till I look on the computer, but I think it's overdone. So I'm going to take the neutral density filter off, the 10 stop, and try the 3 stop one. A third of a second, and of course I get everything set up and the sun disappears. You got to be patient. And my clouds, my wispy clouds are kind of moved away. I got a few in the sky, but I'm not showing that much of the sky. Got a lot. And I forgot my stool. I have the Forerunner here. I could back it up. In fact, that may be a good idea to block the wind a little more. I said my Forerunner, Kathy's Forerunner. So I'm just waiting now, see what the sun's gonna do. It looked really neat when the sun was out. So I'm taking the polarizer off and the ND filter off. Usually the 3 stop ND filter I use for when I do portraits outside and I want a short depth of field. Oh, the sun's hitting the well, maybe I'll lay the polarizer on. I'll look to see what it does. That's one thing about photography. It seems like you're always changing your mind, and it's always a compromise. So I'm going to go higher ISO. I'm going to see if my polarizer, oh yeah, it makes a difference, so I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to increase my ISO even more. I want a faster shutter speed this time. So I've got it up to 1100. Now I can get away with that on this D850. It handles noise real well. So now I'm just going to wait to see what how long sunset is. It's 5:15, I think around 6:30, so I've got an hour or so. Give Kathy a call and tell her I'm waiting for sunset. Okay, what you hear behind me is the road going up from Waynesville, Missouri to St. Robert. It's on Route 66. Again, I'm getting some pretty lights, so I'm going to do another photograph. I'm at a 60th of a second, f8 400. Kicking up dust every once in a while. I hope that doesn't get in my cameras or anything. I'm wanting that sun to come right across and touch all the tops here. I'm getting some epic light now. So you can see the road right behind me here. I'm not that far. Okay, I'm gonna shoot some pictures. Got to put you away. I believe I've got all the photos. The sun setting behind the hills in the Ozarks. You only have so long. The clouds kind of disappeared right here over the valley though. It would have been ideal if I would have had those clouds over here, but you can't get everything. I did some focus stacking. I don't think it's going to work. I think I had too much movement, but we'll see when I edit them. Okay, another adventure taking pictures.